Live from Saskatchewan, it's the National Lacrosse League on a Saturday night. A chilly one, that is, in Saskatoon. This is the Countdown to Face-Off, presented by Castor. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you this evening as the Saskatchewan Rush get set to take on the Rochester Knighthawks. These two teams did meet back in December. The Rush took that one 14-12. But for Rochester, Connor Fields is playing a little bit more like himself, and they're definitely going to look to him.
Certainly. He's been on fire of late. It will be interesting to see, though, as Rochester hasn't played in a couple weeks now, if he can keep it going. I mean, it's Connor Fields. You just have to kind of assume he's going to. In his last 6 games, he's had at least 5 points in each one of them. He's doing Connor Fields things this year. Arguably the best left-handed shooter in the league. 64 points on the season, 20 goals.
As for Saskatchewan, Austin Shanks had 4 games in that first meeting between these two teams, and he's coming off of a 7-point night last night in Calgary. Look for him to continue to elevate his game because he did go through a bit of a stretch there.
Yeah, he did. He was a little slow for a bit, but it seems like playing Rochester was the remedy. He had 4 goals last time he played them, and as you mentioned, Cody, a rare back-to-back for the Saskatchewan team as Austin Shanks played last night in Calgary, 2 goals, 5 assists last night, one of 3 members of the Rush that had 7 points, so hoping he can keep this strong play against Rochester going. Another 7-point performance might be in the books.
Well, Saskatchewan 7-2 this year. So let's just take a look. If playoffs started today.
I absolutely love the matchups we'd have if playoffs started today. Of course, you've got Buffalo still undefeated, a great all-Canadian battle there with Saskatchewan, Vancouver. If they started today, can we just hit fast forward, get to the playoffs, Cody? I love when we can talk playoff implications on our broadcasts.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting goaltenders. Good matchup here. You got Frank Chilano between the pipes. He did go yesterday for Saskatchewan against the Calgary Roughnecks. Made 33 saves. The new father, Frank Chilano, 5-2 on the season. He did play against Rochester back in December as well. I always love seeing those matchups when it's a goaltender that has seen the other team prior in the season. He's got a 10.04 goals against average, 78 save percentage across the floor from him. It's Rylan Hartley, 774 save percentage, 11.93 goals against average, and a career 16-16 record. I think both of these clubs have an interesting dynamic to them. For the Rush, they're coming off of a back-to-back, and for Rochester, they got to sit in the hotel last night and watch Saskatchewan play Calgary. So I think the mind games are at an all-time high.
Oh, certainly. I also love the fact that we know that head coach Jarrett Keenan and Jimmy Quinlan, they gave their veteran stopper, Frank Chiliano, the option if he wanted to go tonight. That is what Derek Keenan does with his veteran guys. Gives him the option. He's ready. He's feeling good, and he played well last night. But you're right. If you're Rochester, I'm watching that Calgary game last night and going, okay, use some speed, get to the outside, and there's opportunities to get behind this Rush defense. Of the goals scored last night in Calgary, all but 3 were scored feet from the crease, whether that be transition breakaways, whether that be stepping on the gas, going around a guy. So if I'm Rochester, that's what I'm looking to do tonight against this Rush defense.
Interesting battle on the strike. No Jake Naso for Saskatchewan in this one, so do Mike Messenger, 43% at the dot so far this season, going up against Mike Sisselberger. Ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway on Co-op Field. Saturday night in the National Lacrosse League. Saskatchewan wearing their home green, black shoulders. Rochester in their road whites with green trim. No Josh Swatter, Levi Anderson for Saskatchewan. No Ethan O'Connor, Jake Pasino for Rochester. Rush have the ball first here. Robert Church going to the middle on the roll. Early shot. That goes off of a defender. Got blocked. Ends up in the corner where it's grabbed by Chad Tutton. Tutton obviously familiar with this building. Won a championship here in 2017 with a swarm inside feed. Ryan Smith there early.
Just like I said, Cody looks for a lot of speed to get behind that Rush defense. You know they're going to have heavy legs to start.
Frank Chiliano makes a good stop for his first one of the contest. They'll run it through their lefties, an inside look there. Ryan Lanchbury just got a free lane to the net. Again, the Rush defense coming off that game about 18 hours ago, turning it over, and Dan Coates back in the lineup. Rochester's got their captain healthy. He's played 2 games this year, but he just came off the IR and the St. Catharines product. Gets a little bit of a loose ball, and the offense back to work. Connor Fields, 63 points this year. Little rough stuff behind as Keegan Bell is getting into it with his counterpart. Fields a little flip. One more inside look for Curtis Knight. That shot got blocked and deflected out of play. Knight, of course, a former member of the Saskatchewan Rush Championships here in 2016 and 2018. Graydon Hogg up top now. A youngster. Mike Hazen spoke very highly of him this week. I got a chat with him. Energy bug out on the floor. Now he's on the near side half wall. Hogg defended by Bell. Catches a turf monster. Gets himself back up. Flips it for Connor Fields. Takes a hit from Mike Messenger. Ball ends up going out of play. And that's the tone Jimmy Quinlan and company want their veterans to set.
100%. And if you're the veterans, you want to go out, get the lactic acid buildup out of your legs, lay a couple hits, just settle into the game.
Man's inside for Church, and he's stopped by Ryland Hartley.
Church, one of 3 players with 7 points last night in the win against Calgary. Austin Shanks, Ryan Keenan, the other 2.
But here's up top, Manacciotti's all over him. He'll dump it down to the corner. McConvey awaits. McConvey now floats one up high for Ryan Lanchbury. The righty out of Richmond. Down to the corner. Smith back for Fields. Fields now 4 on the shot clock. He'll drive inside. Doesn't have a lane to shoot, though. Tried to put one on from behind the goal, and sometimes the defenders don't take too kindly to that. Or if you're shooting from behind the net, sometimes it's a little bit of an opportunity to throw it off the back of someone's kneecap or in a spot that doesn't have padding.
Either way, doesn't feel good, Cody.
Not at all. Here's Robert Church up top. Captain Ryan Keenan shot got deflected. Ends up off the boards, and Zach Mann's unable to gather it. Keenan's still there, though. He's going to get it back. Doesn't have much help. Backhand scoop somehow. That's on a frozen rope to Austin Shanks. Mike Triolo now 4 on the shot clock. Let it fly. Hartley makes the stop.
Slow start to the season for Keenan, but since then he's figured it out. He's now 2nd on the team in scoring, and it's plays like that, Cody, that to start the year just weren't going Keenan's way. That would have ended up in somebody from Rochester stick into the back of the net the way his year started, but he's brought it back together.
Connor Fields room to fire. Ends up going off a teammate. Back into Hogg. Little swim move inside. Around Hossack to the net. He gets bundled in the crease. Didn't get a shot on goal either. Slow to get up. We'll keep an eye on that behind the plate. Jake Boudreau's going to wait on the logo here. Waiting for help comes in Brock Haley. Haley now down, but they'll blow it down as Graydon Hogg walking off on his own power now. They'll give him a couple extra seconds here.
Took him a couple minutes to get up. He beat Matt Hossack one-on-one. I talked about using the speed to get to the outside, especially on these Rush veterans early on. As he blows past Matt Hossack, great move, that's hard to do. And then Barnable comes in, hits him. Doesn't look like he hit him. He kind of hit him from the side. Didn't look like he hit him with a stick, anything like that. 2 big bodies collide, and he is back up and on the bench. Talking to the training staff right now, but looks like he might have just got some wind knocked out of him. He's looking pretty all right. Don't think he's going to miss a shift.
Shot clock's just going to stay at 20. They won't reset it for him. It's still enough time. It's not like a pressure situation. You don't really have to add on to it. But now the Rush can get a set offense going here. And they'll start the ball with Clark Walter, it appears. He was a scratch last night in favor of Levi Anderson. He scored 1. Clark Walter back in the lineup. 6 goals, 7 assists this season for the BC product. Ball gets swung around. Brock Haley has it now. Haley down to the corner. Walter inside. Church is robbed by Hartley. Big kick save at the right pad. Now Haley's got the rebound. He'll slow it down, and the offense will continue to use some clock. Zach Mann's 23 goals on the year. Robert Church goes on a bit of a roll here. Was looking for someone to pass it to. Triolo wasn't open. Now Brock Haley. Pass was intended for him. It's picked off by Dan Coates. Dan Coates now partial break. Robert Church is on the back check, and Coates' shot goes wide, but it's picked up by Thomas McConvey.
A little bit of rust for the Rochester captain there, but his wheels were real good there. Just a little bit of rust with that shot.
Inside feed intended for Smith, and he put this one over the net. Now Keegan Bell is going to throw it up the floor. Connor McClellan had Hossack and Shanks off the bench, but a good reverse transition by Rochester. Got their defenders out there quickly. Ryan Keenan now. Captain of this Rush squad. Pick on set by Mans. He'll zip one over to Austin Shanks. 2 goals yesterday against Calgary. Austin Shanks now wants to kick it back. Brock Haley's got a lane, and he's stopped by Hartley. Spreading out there to cover the lower part of the net. Rylan Hartley, one of the more athletic goaltenders in the league, putting on a show early here. 4 for 4.
And 2 of them just like that, Cody, going down in the splits, making big saves down low. That is not easy to do at all.
McConvey to Fields. Fields now 5-hole scores. Connor Fields opens the scoring. It's 1-0 Rochester.
And you had to know that's coming with Connor Fields. We talked about one of our keys to the game coming into this one, and that would be controlling the East Amherst native, because you can't stop him. You're not going to stop Connor Fields as he buries his 21st of the season. Couple goals like this last night in Calgary against Frank Chiliano. Step back and use the screen. That's what shooters do. You saw Dane Doby do it a bit last night. Now you're seeing Connor Fields do exactly that. Messenger coming over, trying to get to Fields, but he's partially picked, and that allows a creation of a screen. Connor Fields is not going to miss from there. A little bit of disjointedness on the rush D leads that goal.
I mean, it's a perfect seal by Thomas McConvey, right? Like, you're going up against a couple of big defenders. It's not easy to seal off a guy like Mike Messenger. And again, for a first overall pick, you usually don't want to play that, grinder style role. But hey, if you're going to buy in, guys like Connor Fields are going to make you look good. That's exactly what Tenon White just did. As Sisselberger wins a faceoff, takes some abuse, but still gets his team possession. Under 10 to go now in the opening frame. Shots are 4-2. Saskatchewan. Rochester got on the board first. Here's Graydon Hawk back on the floor after taking a heavy hit early. Waters, big body, sets a pick for Smith. Smith now zips one over. Fields around Hossack. He'll dump this one down. Smith was going through the middle. It's back up top for Fields. Little low fake, high shot, punched away by Frank Chiliano.
Gets the reset though. Rochester all over that loose ball.
Waters is a loose ball machine, and he's not afraid of anyone. Size like that, he shouldn't be. Here's Connor Fields, pushed back by Mike Messenger, 20 on the shot clock. Inside feet, Smith was there, and Chiliano got a stick on it.
So if you're Saskatchewan, you're not feeling too bad about giving up the first goal. 4-0 when they've given up the first goal this year, compared to just 1 win last year, Cody. They've learned how to come from behind, as you've seen all year.
Ryan Keenan now, half wall. Zach Mann's trying to cut inside. Mike Triolo right back for Keenan. Keenan now, little toe drag move, trying to go far side. Rylan Hartley read it well, and now he wants to work the ball up the floor. Little flip pass. Rochester's got 2, but the Rush have a couple of defenders out there. There's Jake Boudreau, cut off any lane. Lanchbury up top, bobbles it. Now he'll float one over to Fields. 21 goals on the season. Fields was looking to flip this one back. Instead, he'll wait. Pass got deflected by Ryan Barnable. And Frank Chiliano's just going to let this one sit on the net. Gets to the media timeout here, and that's where we will head. 1-0 Rochester. Connor Fields opens the score and goes 5-0 on Frank Chiliano. It's the visitors up early in Saskatchewan.
Everything's at stake on March 1st as the Rush take on the Bandits. Get your tickets at saskrush.com. Well, it's never a good thing when your starting goalie misses 2 games unless it's for this specific reason. On January 26th, Frank Chiliano and his wife Natalie welcomed McKenna Rose to the world. Frank Chiliano said that anybody who's been through it knows how it feels. It was pretty special, and it's also evident that he's so grateful for the way that the team supported him in allowing him to be there, including rookie Thomas Kajzak stepping into net. But Chiliano was back last night with 33 saves, another 60 minutes in net, and another tick in the win column. So this new dad has not missed a beat, guys.
Welcome to the Never Sleep Again Club, Frank. Congratulations, my friend. Thanks, Heather.
A great veteran for Thomas Kajzak as well. While he was away, the two of them stayed in contact the entire time. Rush offense on the floor. Zach Mantz with the rock. Little spin move. Bouncer kicked out by Hartley. Rebound ends up behind the net. And then Keenan trying to pick it up, ends up poking it out of play. I know in talking with Mike Hazen this week, he said, hey, we got to give up a bit of a different shot selection for Rylan Hartley. It's different than Riley Hutchcraft. They're 2 different style goaltenders, but he knows Hartley can read the ball well. They're fine with giving up those outside looks because he can react as good as anyone in the league. And the Rush going to have to do something different because being a perimeter offense is not going to work tonight. Rochester has Connor Fields up top. Lone goal scorer in this contest. 5 on the shot clock. Zips it across, and Barnable soaked that Ryan Lanchbury shot with his left leg.
9 block shots last night in Calgary. You didn't have a lot of time to heal those up. I don't know, Cody, did you guys have bags of ice on the bus coming back from Calgary? Because it seemed like there was bodies and lanes the entire night. And against a shooting team like Rochester, you're going to have to do the same thing and come out with a victory tonight.
Mans and company go to work again. Brock Haley. Whitby Warriors star out of the corner. Mans a little spin move. Step back, trying to go high. I think that hit Dan Coates actually right in the back. Won't get a reset, but the ball gets scooped up and go on the run as Josh Medeiros. Medeiros has Coates with him, trying to set a little bit of a pick. Medeiros was back door. The captain decides not to feed it to him. Instead, he hands off for Ryan Smith. 24 goals for the Robert Morris alumni. Lance Murray down for Fields again. He's defended by Matt Hosick. Kicked out for Graydon Hogg. He drops that ball, then Keegan Bell knocks it out of his stick. Hosick's up the floor, back for Accioni, and it's a little high for him as Ryan Smith is going to head back the other way.
Rush starting to pick up the pace a little bit, starting to get their legs under them again after playing last night. Meanwhile, a little bit of rust for Rochester. They haven't played in 14 days, so you kind of got two teams that got to get into this game here.
Curtis Knight, a little slip there, doesn't end up setting the pick, and now Hartley's going to run out, and Boudreau's got a chance to do something that lights the highlight reel, and Matt Hosick stopped by Hartley. Now the two of them battling, and they'll give the Rush possession here. A little bit of chaos as Rylan Hartley attempting to play that one out of the crease, and sometimes you see players take liberties. You can hit the goalie when they're not in the red paint.
Well, you could definitely see that, trying to force a loose ball there after he made the run-back save on Matt Hosick.
Austin Shanks now. That shot got soaked by Taylor Jensen. Keenan behind the net. Church out, intended for Walter. Shanks got it back. Another shot got soaked. Now Walter, 5 on the shot clock, trying to flip it inside, and it's scooped up by Tyler Biles. He's off the IR as well.
Intensity definitely picking up here, Cody. You can tell both teams now over their sea legs, if you will, and into this one. Another big hit there by Adam J. He was great last night. He's been real good the last few games for the Rush.
3 bodies on the turf. Rochester has the rock. It's Hogg. He'll flip it over. McConvey's shot ends up going in the netting above the glass.
I think that came down to a great defensive play there by Connor McClellan. Just got on his hands right as he wound up in time.
Now McClellan hauled down, and I believe they'll just give Rochester possession. But we are at a media timeout here in quarter number 1. Just over 10 minutes in. It's been a low-scoring start, but the goaltenders are shining. Rochester leads 1-0 in Saskatchewan.
Head to NLL.com Fan Zone to vote for the Connection of the Month presented by Eero today. One lucky winner will be selected to win a prize valued at $1,200. NLL Pick'em is the new way to get involved with weekly and monthly prizes. Everyone has a chance to win. Play today at NLL.com/Pick'em. Well, it's no surprise that the first person up on the scoreboard today is Connor Fields. He's one of the leaders for the shots on goals for the league, and his teammate Ryan Smith is up there too. Combined, they have over 230 shots on goals already this season. I asked Ryan Smith what makes them so successful. How are they getting so many shots off? And he says it really truly is a team effort. They have everybody in the roles that they need. Guys?
45 goals between the two of them. Thanks, Heather.
Connor Fields up top. Offense back rolling. They only had 1 in December when these two teams met. Did have 4 assists, though. McConvey's inside. Nice little fake. They tried to pull it back short side and missed the mark.
Something that worked last night for the Calgary Roughnecks, that exact play, getting in close in Chiliano. A couple quick stick fakes. They were able to put it behind him. Chiliano up to the task on that one.
Zach Mans off the bench, nose for the net. Mans drives inside and he scores. Pound your chest, Saskatchewan. Zach Mans gets us back to 1-1.
His 24th of the season. You can tell Hartley loves going down, loves making those down-low athletic plays, and Zach Mans takes advantage of that a little bit. The cat and mouse game goes in the favor of Zach Mans. Mans gets by his man. He's got some time. Kind of shot fakes to get Hartley thinking low. He drops his shoulders just enough. That gives Mans a little bit of space over that left shoulder. Mans connects berries, and Zach Mans is not. If you give Zach Mans that much room over the shoulder in tight, he's not going to miss often at all.
Man's now 24 on the year for the Drexel alumni. He had 37 last season, and the Rush are at the midway point of their season. Rochester has played more games than anyone. They're on game number 11 this season. It's crazy. We're in February, and I feel like playoffs are around the corner.
Well, I know we at least are deep enough we can start talking about it. When you got a team that's played 11 games, Cody, we can start chatting playoff matchups.
Dang right you can. Connor Fields now. Little inside flip out for Hogg, and he just misses wide. Now it's going to be a foot race. Accione's coming up there. Hartley slides into it. Accione has it, and they're not going to blow it in. It wasn't over and back, right? And so, again, Hartley, if he plays it, it's a delay of game. But if he touches it, they have to blow it down.
Yes.
Refs make the right call there. The Rush offense jumps on the floor. Zach Mann's inside feed. Triolo scores! Mike Triolo puts the Rush up 2-1.
When I was a young goaltender, Cody, my mom would always get mad at me if I stepped outside of the net. She said, stay in your net, throws you off when you're out running around like that. And you can see maybe a degree of that here with Hartley. He comes out, that was a great heads-up play to create the over and back. But you can tell he was a little off, little out of position here on Mike Triolo. Everybody and their dog knows Triolo's going to go across that right shoulder. Again, Hartley drops, and it's over his shoulder, but we're going to have to take a second look at this one. Looked like a good goal live in the building, but we've got the red challenge flag on the turf here at Saskatchewan Center. And man, that was out quick for Mike Hayson.
You know what? It's interesting. And speaking of reviews, again, we'll get another look at this and we'll talk about it. I got to catch up with the refs before this one because yesterday in Calgary, there was a very close one with Tyler Pace.
Yes.
Under review.
Okay, we'll get another look at it, and then I'll continue with my story. But Todd LeBranch and company getting another look.
As they plug in the monitor in betwixt the fans down to the penalty box area. At real speed, it looked like he dangled past it. Now, Triolo wears those white shoes. Now it's that left foot is what we're going to be looking at. You can see in the replay there, great replay there by our camera crew. You can see it's kind of blurry, but his left foot
Kinda
looks like it could have made contact in that initial shot. But to me, it looks like it stays up, and definitely I don't think it's conclusive. I don't think you can call blurry evidence conclusive here. It's like saying that Bigfoot's real based on some blurry film footage.
And that's the thing that the refs were explaining to me when I was asking about the Tyler Pace goal that was reviewed yesterday. They said if we don't have 100% conclusive evidence, they're the ones getting the phone call Monday morning, right? It's not a guessing game. You can't be assuming things. You have to be 100%. So now you can zoom in here and tell me, if you're watching at home, is that conclusive evidence? Is that toe touching the turf, or is that toe over the turf?
Well, to me, you can't tell based on that look because, and this is a thing I think especially Todd LeBranch did well last night, coming out into a hostile Calgary crowd and saying, hey, there's not conclusive evidence. We can't call it either way. This look to me might be the one, but again, that one from distance here, Cody, it's so hard to tell. I don't think you can use the blurry cam footage, right? You're moving a camera over, it gets blurry, this is happening. That's like broadcast school day #1 stuff, right? This might be the better look, but even at that, Triolo's right foot is in front of that left foot, and he wears the white kicks. Now, if I'm a lacrosse player, I'm probably wearing the fanciest kicks I can get, but there's an argument to be made for wearing the white kicks near the white stripe, especially in a situation like this where it's so close. If he's wearing neon pink kicks, you can probably tell where that foot is. Instead, he's got the white. It's the blur. It's all confusion. So I don't think you can call this one back. I haven't seen a conclusive look, and we've got some good looks at this.
Well, the helmets have been grabbed, and I believe the mics will be flipped on very soon as we await a call in-house.
There's no conclusive evidence to overturn the call. Therefore, the goal stands.
No conclusive evidence. The Triolo goal is going to count. And again, it's interesting. You talk with refs around the league. Every building's different, right? They don't just ref in Saskatchewan or Calgary. They go to every building. And so some places you can zoom. Some places you have a direct overhead. Some places you have other angles. They're dealing with different technology week in and week out. So I don't envy the job they got to do. We can sit up here a couple 100 feet high and just judge them.
Well, and the other thing, too, it's not like you're going back to a command center that has extra views like in other sports, like the NFL, like the NHL. It's literally Todd and his crew on a monitor here going, let's take a look at this. And to me, I like that. Keeps the reviews nice and tight, and we're back to playing lacrosse.
Rochester opened the scoring, now looking to tie it up at 2. Curtis Knight looked for the quick stick, got it on goal. Chiliano stops him. Fields up top, the race head comes. 3:10 left to go, the opening quarter. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser with you live from Saskatchewan. Ryan Smith now, far side scores. Let's get tied at 2. Ryan Smith has his 25th of the season.
Smith and Fields are like Batman and Robin. I just don't know which one to call them. Smith and Fields, both high-scoring players here on this Rochester offense. We talked about how they're both shooting leaders, and there's a good reason for that. One a righty, one a lefty. It's just pure shot like that by Ryan Smith to score his 25th of the year. That's just a great shot, beating a good goaltender. Smith stepping into one, going over Chiliano's corner. Left shoulder into the corner. Good job, too, clearing out, giving Smith that space. And just, if he's got that space and he's got a clean look, he's probably going to score, Cody. And that's why he's got the green light to shoot as often as he does.
Sisselberger, another face-off win for Rochester. Keep an eye on that battle against Saskatchewan without Jake Naso, Jarrett Smith, and Isaac Enju. All 3 of those regulars are on the IR for the Rush. Graydon Hoggs up top. He'll sling it across. Lanchbury. Waters for Fields. Long range shot. Frank Chiliano, top of his crease, and he gets that one right in the chest.
You could hear that one all the way up here. That is a hard shot by Connor Fields. I'd love to get shot speeds on these guys at a moment like that, because you could hear that go poof off of Chiliano's chest as we are about 100 feet above the turf at SaskTel Center.
Clark Walter runs it up to the restraining line, finds Brock Haley. Zach Mann's up top, passes behind him though. He'll have to grab it and run. There's only 4 on the shot clock. Mans has to make something happen quick. Pass got deflected and out. It's grabbed by Ian Lord. Played in game number 260 of his NLL career. Dropped the ball for Ryan Smith. Burlington product. One-on-one with Barnable. They'll let him walk in. Smith 5-hole scores. Back-to-back for Smith, and the Knighthawks lead by 1.
You said it right before he shot that, Cody. They let him walk in. If you're going to play against Ryan Smith, you have to be physical. He's 6'2", 210 pounds, and again, one of the best shooters in the league, a guy that likes to rip the pill. So if you're up against Smith, you got to get out and pressure him. Barnable tries that to start this. He switches off of him. Jay and Boudreau not anywhere near as up in his face. That gives Smith time and space, and that's what he's going to do with it. He's usually going to find the back of the net.
Well, Twine's got 26 this year, and we're in February. That's not bad.
Is that good?
For those watching at home. Ryan Smith, over the past few years, I've just really loved watching his game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's basically, you know, the perfect power forward. You think of guys like him, I mean, he's more skilled than a lot of others. I won't name names. I almost got myself in some real hot water there. Start name dropping. We'll save that for the podcast. But hey, good power forward to watch as Robert Church responds. Just like that, Robert Church ties it up at 3.
A different kind of right-handed sniper right there. Less of a power forward, more of a finesse guy that knows how to get open but still has a mean streak. That's Bobby Church as we see 2 of the best right-handers go backy-forthy here in this one. Keenan, who's been on a heater since the first 5 games of the season, seeing eye pass. I don't know how Keenan does it. There's about 5 different guys from Rochester, all in exactly the positions you want them in. Nobody's out of place, and Keenan still threads the needle to Church. Church gets in tight. He's got 15 on the year.
Church, the assistant captain, 10th season in the National Lacrosse League. Coming off of a 100-point campaign and 104 points the season before that. Coates says, hey, let's push the pace here. 83 seconds left to go in the opening free. Each team has 3 on the board. Shots steady even at 9-9. Connor Fields. 1-on-1 with Boudreau. Fields now room to shoot, and he scores. Oh, the Twine's getting tinkled here in SaskTel Center. Connor Fields has his second of the game.
What a snipe by Connor Fields. Low to low on Chiliano, and that was just, I think if that's a millimeter wider, that's catching a little iron and it's tying. Again, good seal there, coming across, giving Fields time to step back and shoot as Boudreau is taken out of the play, I believe, by Hogg. Low to low, and I think Chiliano thought he had that. It looked up here like Chiliano had the angle, but when you're Connor Fields, you find that little bit of space and you score goals. What a heck of a shot.
Rochester averaging 11.5 goals per game, but only 1.9 goals in the first quarter this season. They've more than doubled that here. They know it's an important one. They've lost a couple of close games. I know if you stack up a couple more losses, playoffs probably aren't coming your way late April, early May. Ball in the stick of Lanchbury. He'll spin back, keeps the shots going, and he scores. This one squeaks through Chiliano. It's 5-3 for the visitors.
That's going to be one that Chiliano wants back, as he got about 60% of that ball, but not quite enough. We always talk about the skill of Smith and Fields. Well, you can't ignore the rest of this Rochester offense there. As Lashbury, he goes in and just goes low on Chiliano. Defender had his man there, as coming across with the pick was Waters, but Lashbury just steps up, goes low to low. Chiliano doesn't, you can see there, his stick is not quite square. He's not quite in position with that stick, and it goes betwixt his pantaloons, and Rochester with the first 2-goal lead of this game.
Hossack in to take that face off. It ends up back with Rylan Hartley. Knighthawks have the ball. There is about a 8-second differential, shot clock, game clock, so they won't pull Hartley in. Go 6-on-5. Boudreau defend, far side of the floor. Lanchbury's up top, comes in, pass ends up going to Fields instead. Now McConvey across the floor. Double pump fake there. And Lanchbury's denied by Chiliano. Rush have it. Chiliano's going to try and go to the bench here. McClelland will push the pace. Boudreau's got 5 seconds to work with. Boudreau running in it. Looks for a lane to pass. It's back to Shanks, and he's stopped by Hartley. Huge save there by Rylan Hartley to close out quarter number 1. Lets his team go into the break with a 2-goal lead. 2 goals from Connor Fields. 2 from Ryan Smith, and the latest from Ryan Lanchbury. The Knighthawks are up by 2 after 1.
Joining on the fun with the NLL's all-new fantasy game platform, NLL Pick'em, with access to weekly and monthly prizes. Play today at NLL.com. I wouldn't be winning any prizes. I'm terrible when it comes to that stuff, Cody.
Yeah, I'm not exact. And again, the league's been so unpredictable. The parity here is ridiculous this season, and it's what makes every game fun. As you look at the upcoming schedule here, Rochester's, it's brought to you by Hotel Planner. They got Calgary next, then Albany, Vegas on the road, at Ottawa, San Diego, and Ottawa at home to round things out for them. 5-3. Rochester is up on Saskatchewan as we head into quarter number 2. Zisselberger has been great at the dot for the Knighthawks. He is 6 for 9. Shots on goal, 8-7. Messenger will get control for the Rush off that face-off, though. Chiliano humps out of the net, and he'll get set up here. Rush have to go quick. 8-second count was awfully close. Knighthawks bench is not happy about that. Barnable bounces one for Shanks. Shanks now goes for a jog over the restraining line. Little bouncer through the crease. Keenan can't catch it. Man's up top. Shanks fires and scores. Top shelf where Grandma keeps the good stuff. Austin Shanks has his first of the game.
Austin Shanks had a near identical goal against Calgary last night, just absolutely sniping the top corner, and man, has this been a show of high skill so far tonight. Every shot, it seems, has been coming up from a high corner as Shanks with the old give and go, tosses it down low to Mans. Mans knows exactly where Shanks is going, and he's not going to miss there. Again now, interesting, all 3 goals, or pardon me, 3 of the last 4 goals, Cody, over the left shoulder there of Ryan Hartley. Maybe they found a bit of a weakness in the Rochester goalie, who's been tremendous so far tonight.
Well, they all get scouting reports. It's very NFL-esque the way that these teams plan for each other, and the goaltenders a main focus of those on a weekly basis. Rush looking to tie it up down by 1. Ryan Keenan, he'll go low to low, trying to go short side again on Hartley. He drops into a hockey-style butterfly and makes a save, but his defender ends up throwing this one away, and Brock Haley's going to grab it in the neutral zone. Brock Haley jogs it in. Acquired at the draft this year. Dumped down for the captain, Keenan. He'll sling it across for Brock Haley. Scored 1 yesterday against Calgary. Trying to go far side across the body. That doesn't get deflected, so that'll be over and back.
Brock Haley, so far in his young career, he's one of these guys, it's like shoot it until you're feeling it. You see a shot there, he missed the net, and he saw a little bit of that in his last couple games, but as soon as he starts feeling it, he gets dialed in, and that's when it starts finding the back of the net. So let the young boy shoot.
Ryan Lanchbury. Cross for Fields. Defended by Messenger, pick got set by McConvey. Lanchbury down low. Smith has it, he'll try cut on Boudreau. 243s, both played at Robert Morris University. Long shot, stopped by Frank Chiliano, and now the outlet stretched up for Mike Messenger. Messenger trying to hit Mans off the bench, but his pass got deflected by Matt Gilray.
Great play there by Gilray. Mans was alone with speed behind the defense.
Back the other way, Lanchbury short side. Chiliano got a piece of it, might have gone off the pipe as well. Gilray had 14 caused turnovers, and again, that's just one of the better defenders. That play on Messenger, not as easy as he made it look. Connor Fields off the restart. Spins back on Matt Hossick. Takes a slash, looks for a call, has a conversation with the ref, and he keeps his arm down. Outside look for Waters, denied by Chiliano. He's got Garland up the floor. Throws one to him. Rush have 3. Hossick's in transition. Garland there as well. And he'll hold this one back. Again, the Rush did play less than 20 hours ago in the Saddle Dome. Beat Calgary 16-13. Garland's going to step into one now. Takes a check, decides to throw it up. Trying to go for Shanks. He'll have to pick it up off the carpet. Shanks a little flip down. Church back door. Walter inside, and he rings the melon of Hartley.
Never a good feeling. Hartley's ears are going to be ringing for a bit after that one. Good save, though. Standing in there against a shooter like Walter.
Again, it's good passing by Saskatchewan, but when you got an agile goaltender like Hartley, he just follows it so well. Knight inside feeds Smith. Somehow he got that shot off. Ridiculous. And now Accioni takes a hit from Smith. Ball's going to be on the turf. Messenger trying to step in there, and Accioni somehow scoops that one. He climbed a ladder to grab it. Outlet for Bobby Kidd III. DK3 finds Keenan. Keenan now pushed down. Good defense there by Biles. Inside feed. Shanks couldn't get all of it, and Hartley scoops it up behind the cage.
Both teams starting to run it a bit now, Cody. You know, when a team plays back-to-back in the NLL, it's not like they're coming on a cushy private jet with a big catered meal. They took a bus up from Calgary. That's a 7-hour drive through the prairies after the game last night.
Connor Fields, defended by Keegan Bell. Bell now trying to force him back. Pass got knocked out, and here goes Matt Hossick. Hossick's got a breakaway. Gilray's chasing up. Hossick fires and scores! Tie ball game. Matt Hossick has his 2nd of the season.
Again, coming in alone, the little shot fake to get Hartley going down low. He kind of starts moving down low, and Hossick goes up and over. Last night, Hossick had a chance similar to this in Calgary and couldn't even get a shot off. Tonight, he goes out and totally redeems himself with this breakaway goal past the Rochester goaltender. Look at this little stick fake, goes up and over. Hartley guesses the wrong way, and Hossick's got his 2nd of the year for the man who should be the Defensive Player of the Year in the NLL this year, Cody.
Big time goal. You said it. The teams wanted to play a track meet, and the Rush have no problem getting into that style. Face-off win. Messenger. He'll walk this one in, trying to go far side. It's off the crossbar.
How he gets to the crossbar from that angle with his body moving the other way. Unbelievable athleticism there by Mike Messenger.
Goal and 5 assists this season for Messenger. Robert Church with it. 1 goal in the contest. Wasn't dressed the last time these two teams played in December. Here's Keenan trying to feed it down low. Mans was there, but he was on his wrong side. Outlet feed. We'll see if the Knighthawks try going transition. McConvey was there, and he was stripped by Hossack. Still has gas in the tank. Boudreau up the floor. Keegan Bell, he'll fire. That got deflected.
Does that count as a forward shift now for Bell? That would mean he's played goal, D, and forward in the past couple weeks in the league this year, Cody.
Yeah, his second game as a player. He did dress as a backup goalie earlier this year as well. Knighthawks look for a response. 10:15 left to go in the opening half. Blanchbury defended by Garland. Gilray's lost his stick. He'll still set picks out there. Now Messenger got pushed down by McConvey. Messenger's got it. Mans is quick off the bench, as is Walter. Mans sets the pick. Walter picks the corner. Oh my goodness. Clark Walter has 7 on the year, and the Rush have 6 tonight.
Clark Walter is making it hard to take him out of the lineup. His nickname here is Sparky because he's always doing the little things that seems to provide a spark at the right time. This time, it's from joining in on the play, stepping on the gas, getting open. Great feed by Mike Messenger, and going back across the body with the twister is Clark Sparky Walter. Plus, he's got the best mustache in the league. Mans as well, too, shaking things up in front, giving Walter that opportunity to go upstairs. And it's safe to say, now the Rush are running. I think the bus legs are gone, Cody. Now, can this rested Rochester team get into the track meet as well?
Remember, when these two teams met in December, the Rush were without Walter and Robert Church. The offenses look different all season long. They've yet to dress the same lineup twice. Game number 10 on the year. Shanks inside feed. Walter back to back. Clark Walter puts the Rush up by a pair.
And based on the air he got on that celebration of the boards, that man's legs are fresh, unlike his teammates. Clark Walter again, it looks like there must have been a message sent at the corner mark. Go high on Hartley, because that's where everything has been going. Little pass from Triolo over to Shanks, and there's Clark Walter coming in. Quick stick from there, and like I said, jumping high up in the air and going to the bench is Ryan Hartley, the Orangeville product, the starting goaltender for Rochester tonight. Take a look to see if this is a permanent pull or if it's just letting the guy get his legs under him, take a moment to breathe.
I think this is a breather.
Yeah, he hasn't taken his gear off as I look down.
He's a nose. Hartley's his guy. Yeah, you know, he said it himself. He thinks he could get a few back in that Philly game, which was his first start of the season. But I don't think we'll see Hutchcraft stay in for too long here.
Oh, no. Hartley is still, he has his gloves on. He's got his stick on. He's just taking a moment, taking a breather, figuring it out. He is a great goaltender.
Connor Fields now, room to shoot. Pump fake. Chiliano got just enough of it. Waters and Boudreau getting into it in the slot there. Reset comes for the Knighthawks. Blanchbury to the middle. Bell steps out on a big kick, saved by Chiliano. This is going to give Keegan Bell a breakaway. Keegan Bell all alone, walking in, and he scores! Number 1 on the season for Keegan Bell, and the Rush are running it on.
That has to be a record for a guy that's played forward, defense, and goaltender. Keegan Bell running on in there. Does that count as a goalie goal? Can we put out a goalie goal alert here now, Cody? Just a great job there. Frank Chiliano should get an assist on this with the great pad save to pop it out, get it to where your defenders can get it, and Bell running in on an ice-cold Riley Hunchcraft. I get why you sent your goaltender down to give him a breather when he's getting exposed a bit. But again, Riley Hunchcraft is coming in ice cold, and here comes Keegan Bell on a breakaway. And Keegan Bell, unlike a lot of defenders, as a guy that can play a regular offensive shift, he has. He's Mr. Versatility here, as all jokes aside, the guy's also been a goalie.
Inside look. Coach said, hey, I'll play some offense if we got to get a spark going. Rush will head up the floor. Adam Jake, 2 goals this season, hands it off for Robert Church. Again, Hutchcraft still between the pipes. Church, pick got set by Haley. Pass back to Haley, and he's stopped by Hutchcraft. Buzzes the tower. Bell's going to grab it. Shot clock will get reset. Fresh legs come on the floor. Brock Haley with it again. 9 goals this season. Got it right back off the stick of Church. Haley, it'll walk inside. Trying to flip it back. Robert Church is there. Room to shoot. Back pedal. 5-hole attempt. Hutchcraft has it.
Love that little play there by Haley. Looks like he's going to shoot. Instead, dishes it backwards to Robert Church. Bit of a no-looker behind the back, and Church able to get a good shot away.
Connor Fields down for Lanchbury. Knight will put it one more for Fields. He'll draw the penalty. Knight takes the shot. Stopped by Chiliano. Rebound still on the ground. Penalty upcoming against Saskatchewan. Boudreau touches up. Rochester will head to the power play when we come back. 7:35 left to go in quarter number 2. Walter's got a pair. Keegan Bell has the latest to the Rush. Up by 3.
NLL Plus is here and free. The league's new streaming service offers fans around the world access to live games, full game replays, highlights, and exclusive content. Sign up today at NLL.com/plus. Well, a 5-0 run there for the Saskatchewan Rush in the second quarter. One of those goals scored by defender Matt Hossack. Now, he was lost to the Rush in the Panther City draft, and they got him back this year during the dispersal draft, and they got him back showing a bit more vocalness on the field and a little bit more leadership. And Coach Jimmy Quinlan says the reason that he is #1 in the league for caused turnovers with 24 is because he absolutely just smothers guys, but it's nice when he can also get one in the net too. Cody?
Yeah, that's just a veteran presence that the Rush have in Matt Hossack and Mike Messenger. But now the penalty kill goes to work. 62% on the season, good for 2nd in the league. Rochester's power play 45%, good for 7th in the NLL. Lanchbury up top, step down. Oh my goodness, call Crime Stoppers. Frank Chiliano. Talking about that one for save of the season in February.
Call Sports Center, Cody. What a save by Chiliano.
Ryan Smith now flips it for Fields. Smith flips it. Lanchbury takes it. Chiliano's got that one as well.
Just an unbelievable save by Frank Chiliano. Not known for being the athletic guy, but comes across, gets his body in front. What a stop.
And Rochester did make the goalie switch again. Hutchcraft is out. Hartley is back in. Rusher shorthanded. They've scored 3 shorties this season. Rochester's allowed 4. Triolo tripped up in the middle. Ball got grabbed by Chad Tutton. He'll go for a run. We'll see if they get another forward out here. I think they'll want to set this offense up again. They had a couple of good looks on the power play here early. Still have 45 seconds to work with. McConvey's up top. See if him and Fields switch. That's usually how their second unit looks. Smith now back for Fields. Hawk trying to walk it inside. Fields wants to shoot. Chiliano makes a save, and he's got the rebound as well.
Well, when you're playing the #2 penalty killing team in the entire NLL, you definitely want those setup looks. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to push the ball because you know you're going to have to do something to crack that great Rush penalty kill.
Hossack sits with it on the logo. Austin Shanks is up top. Shanks has 1 so far tonight. Robert Church, double team, got the pass out. Here's Walter inside. Throw those heads. Clark Walter, a trio in the second quarter.
Clark Walter, natural hat trick. Is that any good? Cody Jansen wasn't in the lineup last night, and it's like every time you take him out of the lineup, he has a big game to say, don't do that again, please. I would prefer to remain in the lineup. Clark Walter, pardon me, not the natural hat trick. 3 of the last 4 Rush goals. Keegan Bell with the other, but chuck your hats And maybe even the way he's playing tonight with those fresh legs, I got socks I could throw tonight. I got the socks ready for the sock trick, Cody.
And they will let Keegan Bell out as well. I believe it should be a shorthanded goal. Again, like we're talking about half a second difference, but we are back to even strength. So maybe they'll say no go for that one. But the Rush, second best penalty kill in the league, provides some offense. And here goes Connor McClelland as well.
They gave him the shorty according to the game sheet that we get. I just hit refresh on it, and the official game sheet has that Clark Walter marker as a shorthanded goal.
Penalty upcoming as Mike Messenger will now head to the sin bin in Rochester, going to their second power play of the game.
On their first look, they were doing the things you need to do against a good penalty killing team. Lots of ball movement, lots of body movement. I like when they put Ryan Smith in the middle. He's a big body that can shoot. Getting the call for the illegal body check is the call here on Mike Messenger. I mean, Messenger's always right on that fine line. Sometimes goes a bit over the top, but we'll take the occasional 2 minutes in the sin bin from Mike Messenger for the way he plays.
Fields up top on this power play unit. Convey and Lanchbury out there as well in the shooter spots. Hogg back for Lanchbury. Cross McConvey inside as Hosick got his stick in the way. 10 to shoot. Fields. Little fake opens up room and he scores. The hat trick for Connor Fields. It's on the power play and it's 9-6.
Rochester's third best in the league on the power play. You can see why. Again, we talked about their shooters, guys like Fields and Smith, Lanchbury out there as well. This time, nice little fake here by Connor Fields. That's going to draw Jake Boudreau off just for a second, and that little like half foot of step that Jake Boudreau steps away gives Connor Fields enough time and space to pick his spot. And if Connor Fields has time and space, Connor Fields is going to score.
Three goals, 4 points so far tonight. It's a bit of a flip from the last time these two teams met, where he had a goal and 4 assists. Taking more of the shooter role here this evening. Sisselberger pops up a face-off win as McClelland gets a cross-check up top, and that's going to be another penalty against Saskatchewan here. Discipline's going to be a key. They've got tired bodies, and you don't want to burn out even more running a man-down unit. Waters up top. Knighthawks are 6 on 5, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Knight for Fields. Feeling it up top, trying to go low on Frank Chiliano. He'll sit on it, and with 4:37 left to go, we're at another media timeout. The Rush will be shorthanded. We'll tell you if it's 2 or 5 when we come back. Rush up 9-6 on Co-op Field.
Well, we've got a fierce competition here tonight on Co-op Field. You never know that a few players on either of these teams were teammates back in September for the 2024 World Lacrosse Box Championships in New York. We had Ryan Smith and Matt Gilray from Rochester, as well as Robert Church from the Saskatchewan team. Canada, of course, taken the championship. That was their 6th in a row. In fact, they've never lost a game. They're 35-0 at the World Lacrosse Box Championships. Smith said it was a dream come true for him to don the maple leaf. The whole thing was humbling and awesome. Guys?
Thanks, Heather. I know, talking to Robert Church about that tournament, he said he was looking around, and that's when he realized, I'm the old guy here. Was Churchy having a good night tonight. Ryan Smith having a good night tonight as well, but naturally probably not making dinner plans, at least until after the final buzzer goes here.
Rochester going back to the power play. 1 for 2 so far this evening. Connor Fields just scored on a man advantage. Knight's going to play crease side. Lanchbury up top. He'll take the shot. It's picked off by Matt Hosick. He'll go on a run. Hosick already has won in the game. On a breakaway, Hosick stripped by Connor Fields on the back check, though.
What a back check by Connor Fields. Hosick looked like he had a step on him, getting ready to shoot. Fields blending a little defense here in the power play and staying out.
Now, is that a block shot or a caused turnover?
That's a great question.
That's why they don't have to be keeping stats up here. But Matt Hosick goes for the change. New penalty kill units come on the floor. Inside look. Chiliano not tested. There's the McConvey shot. Goes wide. Flipped up for Bobby Kidd III. Keenan's off the bench. Bobby Kidd III back for Keenan. Quick stick robbed by Hartley. Oh, he moves right to left and seal off the pipe. And now Messenger takes out his defender in Medeiros.
Mess was just angry that he got called for a penalty, I think. Had to take it out on a clean check this time. And again, back-to-back calls against Saskatchewan, so they got to remain careful here. They don't get a fourth.
Blanchbury crease side, and now a call upcoming, and it's too many men on the floor against Rochester. A bit of a sloppy change, and the ref says, hey, I see you got 6 out there, and sometimes they're watching it a little closer than others. But with 3 penalties in a row to the Rush, hey, we're going to play some 4-on-4.
Well, and as well, that all caused by that hit by Mike Messenger on Medeiros. That caused a bit of confusion. He was a little slow coming back. You're used to sending out your power play unit 5 guys. By the time Medeiros makes it back after he was a little shaken up, that's how you end up with 6 bodies on the floor and 4-on-4 lacrosse.
Rush have 4 players with 3 points so far tonight. 4-on-4, there's plenty of space out there. Here's Austin Shanks with Keenan and Mans. Zach Mans now. He'll run around a pick from Church. Mans down for Shanks. Inside feed, looking for Church. Pass got picked out, and now Zach Mans is going to have to get back on defense. Hossack off as well. It's the 3-on-2, though. Gilray runs it up. That one got soaked by Hossack. I'll tell you for free, that's a block shot, and that doesn't feel good. Rylan Reese grabs the loose ball as Hossack is down here. As they'll blow it down, and the Rush trainer heads out as T goes to have a word with Matt Hossack, who is feeling a little worse for wear after wearing that one.
I think he might have got it in a sensitive area, Cody. I think that's what's happening here. Hossack with a couple block shots last night. There's a little bit on that lower body you don't have a ton of padding on. And getting a shot in one of those spots is going to be no good. It's not looking like a ton of concern for Matt Hossack. We are going to get a second look and find out exactly where Hossack. Oh no.
Yeah, that's a block shot. You don't want it, but it's a block shot.
Oh. Man's going to need a minute.
You'll take that between the eyes before you take another one there.
I think you take that anywhere else in the body before you take that there. Give me the kneecap. Give me the shin. Give me that weird little ankle bone that always hurts.
Well, again, it's a great conversation. Jimmy Quinlan's now drawn something up here with Shanks and Walter. I wonder if they go back to Walter. He's got the hot stick. He's got 3 goals in this quarter already. Hossack is up and working his way off. But I wonder if the Rush, there's 2:54 left to go here. I think you got to keep feeding the hot stick. You can't be content being up by 3.
No, certainly not, especially when you played last night and Rochester is fresh and so dangerous. I mean, Rochester is one of those teams that can make a 3-goal lead go away in about 2 possessions. I know it's impossible. I'm over-exaggerating here, but just the shooters they have and the offensive talent they have, to me, you got to put the pedal to the metal. You got to keep going against a team like this.
And Rochester's best quarter offensively is in the 3rd. They've scored 35 goals in 3rd quarters this year. Most out of all 4. Here's Connor Fields trying to go 5-hole again. He scored twice already like that as Adam J. and Connor Fields dancing it out by the boards.
This game is getting testy. Both teams starting to get into it. The physicalities come up. You've seen a lot of that from Messenger. I like Adam J. getting involved. He's not necessarily a guy known for his physicality. Getting in the mix.
Robert Church now. Rush on the power play for a minute. 15 on the shot clock. Lefty strong look. Keenan's up top. Back with Mans. Keenan down low. Walter inside. Church bobbled it for a second. And he whips it behind the net.
Still got the shot off. Had a chance at the loose ball, but a real nice recovery there by Chad Tutton, the North Carolina product.
Now you got to be careful. Rochester scored 5 times shorthanded already this season. The Rush have allowed 5 shorties as well. Knighthawks PK unit 60% coming into this game. Good for 3rd in the league. Pass across for Curtis Knight. Knight now rips this one right into the stomach. I don't know if you're shooting for a rebound on that. Didn't look like it had too many chances. As behind the play, Bobby Kidd the 3rd and Fields are getting into it. Mans is off the bench. That shot got blocked right there by Ian Lord, and that doesn't feel good either.
No, that one went off the aforementioned weird part of your ankle bone that sticks out as he limps back to the bench. He'll be fine, though.
You can see as the season goes along, more shots get blocked, right?
Yeah.
The stakes are raised. 18 games is not a long season, and every game matters. That's why the NLL is so fun to watch on a weekly basis. Here's Lanchbury now. Flips it. Waters all alone. Stopped by Shiliano.
Frank Chiliano's feeling it tonight. He's got that new dad boost tonight for sure.
Messenger kicks it back for Robert Church. Church now inside. Mike Messenger goes around the world as he gets buried in the crease. Didn't get that shot on goal though.
I think he knew that contact was coming, just trying to get it off on the net.
Medeiros now got soaked by Ryan Barnable. Church caught back on defense here. Off the bench, it's Smith. Misses the mark, and this one's going to bounce high to Fields. They're looking to go for a 2-for-1. Get something on goal sooner rather than later. Fields with it again. He's holding on to it here instead. They've tried a couple of early shots. Fields, little spin move, save made by Chiliano. Whoever gets this one might try to call a timeout. Rochester does have it, and they're going to have to go. Since they challenge, they don't get their timeout. The Rush do still have theirs, though. Hartley's to the bench. It'll be 6-on-5. Shot clock might as well be turned off. Connor Fields up top. Ryan Smith, those two will be the primaries above the restraining line. Fields has 3 in the game. Smith has 2. Walks to the wrong side of the road. Lanchbury, far side shot, takes it himself, misses the mark, it bounces out of play. Oh, they'll say it got deflected. So Boudreau won't have a shot at the empty net. Fields gets one more. Adam J wears that one on the bicep, and that's how we'll close out 30 minutes of play inside SaskTel Center.
Definitely a lot of shots blocked at the end there. Get the ice bags ready for sure, Cody. I loved it. They had 9 blocked shots last night, and I believe up to at least 4 or 5 so far in that first half. But when you're playing a team like Rochester with such dangerous shooting talent from anywhere, that's absolutely what you need to do. Speaking of dangerous shooting talent, Clark Walter, how about his first half of the game for the Saskatchewan Rush? Coming off the bench into that one. I see that Heather Morrison is downstairs, the aforementioned Mr. Clark Walter. Heather.
So, Clark, you're heating up there. 6 straight goals from the Rush, including a hat trick from yourself. What clicked for you in that second quarter?
Yeah, we're just moving the ball fast, getting open, keeping them kind of high and just cutting. And our cuts are open. You can see it. Our early offense is working, so we're just keeping it going.
Couple penalties there at the end causing you some trouble. How do you stay disciplined in the second half?
Yeah, obviously penalties are going to happen. We kind of are playing hard. When you play hard, sometimes you get penalties, but if we just keep playing our game, we should come out victorious here.
All right, thanks, and good luck in the second half.
If you look at Clark Walter's goals, he's just always moving his feet, right? And that's what makes him so dangerous. Walter has 3, the Rush have 9. Halftime coming up next from Saskatchewan. The half here in Saskatchewan, it's the Rush leading the Rochester Knighthawks by a score of 9-6. A chilly Saturday night. Cody James and John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you this evening. Saskatchewan on the second half of a back-to-back. I think we saw at times the legs looked a little bit heavy, but then we also saw certain sparks and the offense come alive. The transition game take over. Frank Chiliano, a little bit of a bounce back after some goals he probably wants back in that first quarter. We've seen a little bit of everything here so far.
Certainly, and what you've also seen from Rochester, this is a team that didn't play for 2 weeks. After playing 11 games this year, they finally had some time off. So you saw a bit of a feeling out, and then you saw a bit of a back and forth early in this one. Fields, Mans, the big names that you're always expected to see coming up big. Mike Triolo, the role player, stepping up for Saskatchewan. And after the first little bit here of backy-forthy, it all of a sudden became very much a Saskatchewan game as they go on a 6-goal run. Of course, got Connor Fields, always dangerous, keeping his team in it there. Nice accurate shot, but then it was the Clark Walter show. Clark Walter taking over. He didn't play last night, so you know his legs are fresh, and he's always such a spark plug for this Rush team. Scores 3 out of their last 4 goals. One more coming from Keegan Bell, again, the one-time backup goaltender, one-time defender, and one-time goal scorer. But Rochester ends it with one last goal, cutting it down to a 3-goal lead as we head into the second half.
Oh, okay, the offense has been awesome, but come on, I want to talk about the goaltending here. Frank Chiliano only made 4 stops in the opening quarter. Second quarter, just ridiculous, right? He makes 16. I'm not a math guy, but that's quadruple. I know Rylan Hartley's been phenomenal as well, but Frank Chiliano has his team ahead. But Hartley with those early saves, it could have gotten ugly.
Oh, 100% it could have. And there's that 10 Beller by Frank Chiliano. That's the one. Let's get Sports Center on speed dial. That might be the save of the year as he completely yards his body across the net for the robbery.
Yeah, take a look at the stats here. Rochester out shooting Saskatchewan 26-19. The Rush have 9 face-off wins. It's an interesting one. They are missing Jake Naso. They're up 9-8 in the face-off battle. Rochester has 7 blocked shots compared to the Rush's 4. Loose ball battle in Saskatchewan's favor, 39-34, and the Rush have turned the ball over 2 more times. But the stat that matters, the Rush have 9 goals. Rochester has 6. We'll return at the halftime break next. Six on the Rochester Knighthawks. Let's take a look around the National Lacrosse League here. Yesterday it was Buffalo beating Toronto in a beatdown 13-12. Saskatchewan top Calgary 16-13 in the Dome. Vancouver beat Vegas down in Henderson 12-8. Ottawa just laying a licking on Albany 17-5 tonight. The floodgates have opened there at MVP Arena. Busy weekend though. Halifax tops Philly 13-10. San Diego's up 9-8 on the undefeated Bandits. And still to come tomorrow, it's another one down in Calgary. Vegas is in town to take on the Roughnecks 7 o'clock Eastern start there. Let's look at the standings here. I think it's an interesting one, especially with the matchups. This is coming into tonight, right? Buffalo 7-0, Saskatchewan 7-2, and then you've got the teams at the bottom. With Halifax's win now, they're 5-4. They've now jumped into what could be a home playoff day. There's going to be a lot of moving parts here. Nothing is for certain, but don't forget, unified standings, top 8 teams make the playoffs. And even with only 4 games last weekend, week 11 provided us with an incredible slate of NLL action, including a potential goal of the year candidate from a potential rookie of the year candidate. Take a look at the top plays from week 11 with us.
Malcolm gets his own rebound off the board, still free behind the back, and Colorado scores.
Corner, one more clear, she couldn't handle it. Able to find it behind the net, thinking about the dunk attempt. He does, he scores, how'd it go in?
This is a guy who can create his own scoring opportunities, athletic abilities. What a nice hang time dunk here.
Not tested often, but he's looking good when he does. Short-handed opportunity. Over the top, and scores! Short-handed! Berg! Westberg, the captain!
Waiting for Miles to come from the box. Inside, and there he is! Say his name, and he shows up.
He just says, nah, we're just gonna go around the world and picks a top corner. Now he'll move it up the floor, and Philadelphia looking to get some momentum back. Oh, what a shot, they score!
Brennan O'Neill!
Oh my goodness, O'Neill!
One-handed backhand shot that lands flat on his back. What a goal by Brennan O'Neill.
Back for quarter number 3 in Saskatchewan. An absolute doozy here, 9-6. The Rush are leading the Rochester Knighthawks. It's Cody James and John Fraser. Heather Morrison with you this evening, live from Toontown on Co-op Field. Messenger, Sisselberger are at the dot. Saskatchewan won 9 faceoffs in that opening half against the faceoff specialist, Mike Sisselberger. He gets called on the violation early, and the Rush have 10 faceoff wins now in the contest. Clark Walter has a hat trick for Saskatchewan. Austin Shanks, Mike Triolo, and Zach Mans each with a goal and 2 assists. Church and Hossig each with a goal and an assist. Here's Zach Mans with the ruck. Over to Austin Shanks, far side shot. Hartley jumps out at him. Reset comes, Keenan has the loose ball. Ryan Keenan, a hat trick and 4 assists last night in Calgary. Brock Haley now. Back over to Keenan, whips it to Shanks. Austin Shanks now pump fake, scores! Posted in, Austin Shanks gives the Rush 10.
Back-to-back nights with back-to-back goals. or 2 goals each night is Austin Shanks. Scored 2 last night, got his 2nd of the night here. Nice little pump fake again to get the goaltender Hartley moving. That seems to be the key here for Saskatchewan. They've been doing it quite well. The Rochester D this time able to get on their man, but the little pump fake gets Hartley going down low, and then just a straight up sniper shot by Austin Shanks that Hartley can't quite get to. And he's got 2 on the night, just like he had 2 in Calgary last night.
16 on the season, 7 less than he had all of last year with Halifax. Face-off scramble, Hossack and Messenger doing some work here. Hossack does step in to take face-offs as well, plus he plays on the loose ball unit off the drop. Rush get possession again, Zach Mans has it. 24 goals this season for Mans. Mans now on the roll, bounce shot got stopped. Walter tried to scoop up that rebound and misses it. Rochester heading the other way. Gilray to the middle, couple of fakes, and he scores. The Knighthawks respond as Matt Gilray has 3 on the year.
Just a great couple fakes in there with Chiliano. Everybody kind of let Gilray get in behind them. I don't know if anybody thought that he was going to keep and stay on the floor, but he does, and you can kind of see here, nobody really takes him. A little bit of confusion there as Barnable ends up in a chase position. Accioni doesn't shift off of his man, and Gilroy's got lots of time and a couple good stick fakes and goes back across traffic there and is able to beat Chiliano down low.
Gilroy so good, especially in pushing the pace. Again, he was a high pick back in 2018, first rounder by the Buffalo Bandits. Sisselberger wins the faceoff, and then it looks like Ian Lord was stripped by Jake Boudreau. Accioni now up the boards. He's got a backpedal on Taylor Jensen. The refs will blow it down. A little confusion all over the place. Tom LeBranch will have a quick word with the other referees in charge. Maybe it was a reset-wise that they want Saskatchewan to get a full 30 clock, and it looks like maybe it was errant to reset, as they'll run it down to the 22-second mark. Blow it in. Zach Mance down for Keenan. Ryan Keenan up top has Brock Haley. Scored 1 yesterday against Calgary. Church now throws it across the middle, intended for Mans as Keenan gets it off the half wall. Keenan trying to drive in, won't draw a penalty, and Rochester gets the ball. Oh, they'll say it'll be a Saskatchewan ball that as Chad Tutton cut through the crease.
That's exactly it, Cody. So a fresh 30 here, a reset, and with already a little bit of momentum going for them in this one.
Brock Haley, little inside cut. Didn't like his shooting lane, so he pulls it back. Still at 15 on the shot clock. Ryan Keenan let it go from the wrong side of the road. Kick save by Hartley. Transition. We'll see if Gilray wants another. This time he zips it over for Connor Fields. Jay's chasing him down. Him and Messenger will push him to the turf, and Jake Boudreau causes the turnover. Up the floor, Ryan Barnable has it. Shanks is cutting through the middle. Medeiros was on him, though.
Messenger's been playing real physical so far tonight, Cody.
Clark Walter with a hat-trick in that second quarter. Hot stick from the guy who was a healthy scratch last night in Calgary. Shanks inside feed. Triolo looking for another. Rings it off the crossbar. Haley can't grab the ball in a double team.
Had the tender beat, but wasn't able to beat the crossbars. That one went high into the air. Great chance there by Mike Triolo using that size yet again.
Lanchbury. It's a one-on-one with Connor McClelland. He'll zip it up for Connor Fields. On the roll, McConvey rips one off the pipe, and that one's going to end up in row 4.
Back-to-back posts that are ending up as souvenirs here, Cody. Great shot there. McConvey had Chiliano beat, couldn't beat the iron.
He hasn't put one across the goal line yet today, though. He's got 2 apples under his name. Connor Fields with it, spins back. We'll see if McConvey wants another crack at it. Fields. Pick got set. They're trying to get him into a shooter spot here. Curtis Knight for Smith. Let it fly. Chiliano makes the stop.
McConvey was doing everything he could to get Fields open, but it was Matt Hossack up to that battle and coming out on top. That's why they had nowhere to go up top.
Shanks over to Garland. Garland walks it in. Trying to go high to the stick side. Just goes off the mark. Church has it. Defenders all over him. Garland was still out there. And now they'll NLL blow it down here. I believe it might have been a missed reset opportunity.
Well, I'm thinking what happened when Garland shot, it looked like it was a straight miss of the net, but there was a fresh 30 put on the clock. So I'm thinking they're going to run it back down to where it was when Garland took the shot at about 14, 15 seconds.
Well, you'd be correct, because that's exactly what they're doing. Keenan runs it down, does it on the shot clock. Zach Mance up top for Brock Haley. Robert Church finds Keenan. The left-handed forward spins out. Zach Mans in the corner. One to shoot, and he's going to have to leave that one on the carpet.
Well, I think that false reset might have caused a little bit of confusion. Man's obviously not aware where the shot clock was at. Didn't put that one on net.
Lanchbury, 10:54 left to go here. Rochester down by 3. Steps into one. It's kicked out by Frank Chiliano, and the Rush will get the reset.
Chiliano got out, got big. Lanchbury didn't have a lot to shoot at, but loved the shot selection and get a reset.
Keegan Bell now back on defense as the bouncer ends up in the stick of Connor Fields. Mike Messenger will defend him. Those two have been battling all game. Fields down for Lanchbury. Lanchbury wants to drive. Smith is behind the net. Out front, Hogg fires and scores. He'll go 5-0 on Chiliano. It's now a 2-goal game.
More success from teams going to that behind the net position against the Saskatchewan Rush. There always seems to be a bit of a breakdown there, as Keegan Bell was the person tasked with following Ryan Smith behind the Rush net. That still leads to an open look. You got to think you're basically taking a guy away there, as Smith looked like maybe he wanted to go for the slam dunk. Bell moves back across the eyesight of Chiliano. He's not able to get into position quick enough because he's got to wait for Bell to move, and that gives Graydon Hogg a great opportunity he buries.
Hossack now steps up on the face-off dot, works it over by the benches. Boudreau's battling with Sisselberger. It was in the stick of Medeiros, and it was knocked out of his stick. Ends up in the box between the benches. It'll be Rush possession.
Souvenir for Heather Morrison down there.
As long as it doesn't leave a bruise. Austin Shanks finds Clark Walter inside. Robert Church. BTB Bobby! It's 11-8 for the Rush.
I hope they have Sports Center on speed dial tonight. Behind the back from Bobby Church. Not a move you've seen him go to a lot in his career, but he's got the skill and the talent to do exactly that in tight. I think he knew he had nowhere to go. The defender had great position on Bobby Church. He's basically got his shooting side taken away, and instead he goes behind the back. Get a great look at it here, as in great position with Tyler Biles, but Robert Church goes behind the back. It's the only way he could go, and I think surprised everybody in the barn. I don't know the last time I saw behind the back from Robert Church.
I mean, that's what happens when you're one of the best standard shooters in the game. Messenger and Sisselberger, a heavy collision off that draw. Now Hossack gets taken out. Robert Church has it again, up top for Boudreau. Church only has 3 points in this game, but 2 of them have crossed the goal line. On hat-trick watch here. Up top for Zach Metz. Down for Ryan Keenan. Less than 10 to go in the quarter. Church again, trying to cut to the middle. Pick got set by Shanks. Church on the roll. That got blocked. Good stick by Rylan Reese, the assistant captain. Got in the way of that one as Saskatchewan back up by 3. Robert Church has his second of the game, 16th of the season, and it's 11-8 on Co-op Field. For all things NLL and the league's new podcast, full lacrosse banter and engaging interviews. Tune in weekly to stay ahead of the game and join the conversation that's shaping the NLL season on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Now we're going to take a look ahead here to Saskatchewan's upcoming schedule, brought to you by Hotel Planner. We're going to join you on the road, Cody Jansen, and go visit you in Vancouver, then back home. Everybody in Saskatchewan has this one marked on the calendars. March 1st, the Buffalo Bandits in town. Then you got Georgia, Halifax trips, and then back home for 2 of the biggest rivals they've had, Colorado and Calgary. Great upcoming schedule there for the Rush. It's going to be physical and, dare I say, maybe even a little bloody with all those rivalry games.
A lot of air miles coming up here. Back underway, Rochester has the ball. 11-8 Saskatchewan leads. Back for Connor Fields. He's robbed again by Frank Chiliano. going right to left this time. Got across and got the stick in the way.
And it looked for a second that Matt Hossack, I don't know if he did that on purpose, but he shot the ball off the end boards back into the creases. He was under pressure and falling. What a great play there. If it was intentional, that's great. If not, a fortunate bounce for the Rush.
Mans a goal and 2 assists so far this evening. Inside for Triolo, stopped by Hartley.
Love the matchup there of Gilray on Triolo. He's one of few guys big enough to match up with the giant that is Mike Triolo.
Church wasn't too happy. He got taken out in the middle. And again, it's been a physical one, right? These two teams know what's on the line. Connor Fields, little walk inside. That's about 7 feet wide. Finds Lanchbury though. Lanchbury, quick one touch. Back door. Chiliano doesn't even have to make the save as Keegan Bell is there to scoop it up in time.
A little bit of luck there for the Saskatchewan Rush as that one falls out of the stick. Doesn't even end up on net as that was a grade A scoring opportunity.
Ryan Keenan, spin move, pull back. Haley, Shanks, shot got blocked. Church has it inside. Brock Haley's robbed by Hartley. Oh, that's his biggest stop of the night.
What a great save by Hartley, flashing that left hand as Haley had that far side marked.
Big stop, keeps it within 3. Rochester looking for a response on offense. Waters send the pick. Smith sends it across the floor. Fields dishes it. McConvey takes it. That goes wide. Wasn't touched either, and it's going to be an over and back. I guess not. That's well, it was thrown out of play anyways, and it'll be rush ball.
Looked like somebody doing a punt return in the NFL. They're jumping up into the air and just yarding it back in the other direction, but works out for the Rush anyways.
Zach Mann's inside looking for his second. Denied by Hartley.
You can't go low on Hartley. He's going to come up with that big butterfly save almost every single time.
Tranges. Knight stopped in transition and crease violation called on Rochester. Yeah, Hartley's dialed it in, right? Remember, this kid got the hook and came in for Hutchcraft after a bit of a break, and he's locked it in since.
He has. He's looked much better. Got beat over the shoulders a bunch of times in a row is why they sat him down, but he settled it in.
Mance turns it over. The Rush have turned the ball over a fair amount here this evening. 20 turnovers already in the game. Ryan Smith now, room to shoot, bounces it wide. Adam James got it by the Rush bench. Across the floor, Jake Boudreau's got a hand of steam. Boudreau, defender, got out just in time, and Rylan Reese. Brock Haley over to Clark Walter. 3 in the game so far for Walter. Haley to Triolo. Triolo, swim move, working his way to the net. One hand on the stick. Missed the shot, works out as a pass. Now he's behind the net. Triolo dunk attempt, stopped by Hartley. And Hartley might have hurt himself on the crossbar there. He went flying back. He is a little slow to get up. He'll have to fix his net. But the offense treks forward.
Yeah, he definitely whacked something, maybe in the back of the neck. There's no padding there, so running into a crossbar isn't going to feel good.
Lanchbury slings it across. Second overall pick back in 2021 by Georgia. Little scoop out in front. McConvey was there. Going to get a shot away. And the Rush defense has locked it in. I mean, they were leaning heavily on Frank Chiliano in that second quarter. He had to make 16 saves. The defense has upped their game so far. Zach Mance looking for his second of the night. Little drive underneath, Mance to the crease, and he scores! Airman's ready for takeoff. He's got 2.
There's your one exception to the don't go low on Ryan Hartley rule. Unless you're flying through the air and you got a little bit of time and space between those legs. And that's exactly what Zach Mans found for his second of the game. Just gets a step there on his defender. As we take a second look, here's Mans on that near side. You got Gillies on him. Gillies in a pretty good position here. Mans cuts the inside and again just goes airborne. Gillies had taken away the shot, so Mans takes the only option he's got. It's going airborne and going back across between the legs. And Saskatchewan's lead is back to 4.
No Levi Anderson, no Josh Zawada tonight for Saskatchewan. So a couple of guys are getting extra touches, and they are filling the net here. 12-8's the score. Still 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. Remember, Rochester, yeah, their best offensive quarter is the third. They've scored 35 goals in this quarter this season. Hossack back on defense. Fields has it up top. 15 on the shot clock. Down for Graydon Hogg. Slippery forward. Hogg defended by Bell. Knight out to the corner. Graydon Hogg's up top. Thought like he was getting the pass there. Shot got taken. Doesn't find its way to Frank Chiliano as Keegan Bell soaks one. That's right between the shoulder blades. That doesn't feel good, but it'll get you a couple of taps on the helmet from your teammate. Zach Mans has 2 tonight. This one's definitely the prettier of the two. 25 on the season for the Drexel alumni, and the Rush are up by 4.
The next NLL Friday night on TSN is set as Halifax visits Ottawa at 7:30 Eastern and Saskatchewan visit Vancouver at 10 Eastern. Don't miss a special doubleheader edition of NLL Friday night on TSN. The Saskatchewan Rush up by 4 here. Captain Ryan Keenan, he's been a little bit quiet tonight. 2 assists, and then he's got, and this is going to be an important number in a second, 4 shots on goal. We're going to talk a little bit about Ryan's season. So in the first 4 games of the season, he had 1 goal and then 5 points total, and then he's just exploded in the second half here. I talked to Coach Jimmy Quinlan about it. He said he puts a lot of pressure on himself, but over the holiday, a little break, he was allowed himself to do some reset, but he never worried about him, and this is why. Because he was still getting chances, and that's why those 4 shots on goal are really important, is that even when he's quiet, he's still getting those shots off, guys.
Thanks a lot, Heather. Nice to see the captain get going. He was just so snake-bitten, so frustrated off the start of the season. Now second of the team in scoring.
Keenan's got the rock right now. Less than 5 to play in the third quarter. Brock Haley with it down low for Shanks. And they'll say Robert Church a little bit too physical on the pick. Knocked down his defender, meaning Rochester gets the ball. Ryan Lanchbury has it right now. Richmond product out of Burlington, Ontario. Ryan Smith up top. They'll work it back to Lanchbury. Fields does it on the shot clock. Pass might have got deflected by Boudreau there. Lanchbury had it again, finds Fields. Fields had room to shoot, decided he didn't like his lane though. Attempted for McConvey, and Bobby Kidd III got his stick in the way.
Good job by a guy that's been in and out of the lineup a little bit. Bobby Kidd III facing some injuries, so he's become a regular and stepped up. The old next man up mentality is rung true in Saskatchewan this year.
Clark Walter for Triolo. Triolo down to Zach Mans. He's on hat-trick watch. Zach Mans call coming against Rochester. They'll wait it out. They'll go 6-on-5. Mans now down low, trying for Triolo on the dunk attempt. Haley has it. Backdoor feed. Clark Walter inside, got stripped. Haley now 1 second left. He's going to have to hold on to it as the Rush will go to their second power play of the game.
That penalty is going to be created by Clark Walter doing more Clark Walter things. We've been talking about his goals. We've been talking about his goal scoring tonight, but he, on that last play there, he drew the holding the stick penalty by just going to the net in a foul mood like he always does. Draws the call, gets his stick yarded out of his hands, and that's why that'll send the Rush back to the power plays. You see it there is Dan Coates found guilty, just his second minor penalty of the season for the Rochester captain.
Coates playing in his 3rd game of the season as well. Game number 170 in his NLL career. Lefty strong look on the power play. Ryan Keenan quarterbacks the unit. Church back for Mans. Up top, Robert Church step down. That got deflected behind the net's Walter. He'll scoop it up. Mans, little pump fake. They got the reset though. I guess Shanks far side scores. That's automatic. Austin Shanks right under the bar. It's a power play marker. It's a hat-trick marker.
2 last night, 3 tonight. Speaking of guys that have been finding their game as the season goes on, that's Austin Shanks, his 3rd of the night. Not a bad little look there. You said it, Cody. He's been automatic the last couple games from that spot there, finding that over the shoulder on the goaltender. He gets a little space here, knows to use the defender as the screen, and just like last night, you could probably put those 2 goals overlaid on top of each other, and they're the exact same. Austin Shanks absolutely sniping that far corner.
Free agent signing by Derek Keenan. Coached him back in 2013 when they won a Minto Cup. Shanks says, hey, I knew if I was getting to that status, I was coming to Saskatchewan. It wasn't ever in doubt. he was going to be wearing green, and he says he likes his chance to win a championship in Saskatchewan. Obviously, he was on the wrong end of things in 2018 when the old Rochester was in town. Messenger now scoops it away as Connor Fields wanted nothing to do with that ball as you see Mike Messenger trouncing down the boards.
Well, Messenger has just been in a foul mood. Maybe it was the travel, but Messenger's been throwing bodies everywhere tonight, Cody.
Mans for Haley. Outside look, gets stopped by Rylan Hartley, and he's going to airmail one. Zach Mans has to get back on defense. Gilray was up the floor. McConvey set a little bit of a pick, but Rochester will opt to get the offensive units out there.
Paying a lot more attention to Gilray after his goal earlier in this game.
Kyle Waters, an Orangeville product. Finds Fields. Fields now around Bobby Kidd the third. Backhand scoop. Bartle got back on Waters. Didn't give him room to shoot.
Great heads-up play by Barnable to get back on Waters as Fields. I thought he had a step on his defender. Maybe he was going to drive the net. Instead, dishes. Barnable with the awareness to create that turnover.
Bobby Kidd the third dishes it off for Matt Accioni. Accioni, a rookie out of Barrie. 3 assists so far this season for the Delaware alumni. Keenan finds Brock Haley. Haley's going to spin into a shooting lane, and he rips one right into the cage of Josh Medeiros. Loose ball on the turf. Triolo falls on it. Still trying to scoop it with the short shovel as Haley gets knocked down.
How about the toughness of Medeiros? Takes that shot right off the cage. Doesn't even flinch. Right back in there battling for that loose ball.
Lacrosse players are built different. If this is your first time watching the sport, well, I'm sure you're hooked by now. Here goes Jake Boudreau. Picks off the pass. McClellan's up the floor. Boudreau's going to slow it down, though. Second game in 24 hours for this Rush squad. Zach Mans now, he gets plowed over by Chad Tutton. Heavy hit there.
Connor Fields as well, stuck out on defense, laying his shoulder into Mans as well.
Things are heating up between the two benches. A lot of conversation down there. Knight to the middle. He's stopped by Frank Chiliano. Drops on it. It was behind him. Boudreau and Messenger laying in the crease. Loose ball now gets poked out. Boudreau knocks it out. Now he's going to have to turn on the Jets here. Less than 30 seconds to go. Shot clock and game clock are about even. Austin Shanks has it. We'll see if they pull Chiliano and go 6-on-5. Keenan has the ball, and now Shanks is going to go to the bench. So they'll go 6-on-5 and probably wait until about the 5-second mark to run their play. Walters on the floor. Triolo finds Church. Church now inside look. Keenan was there. Ball got knocked free. Chance at the empty net. That goes high. Little close for comfort, but no harm, no foul. What a 45 minutes here on Co-op Field. This has been a fun one. Austin Shanks has the hat trick, and the Rush are up by 5 as we head into the final frame.
This season, head to NLL.com/tickets and get yourself front row seats to your favorite NLL team. All the big hits, highlight reel goals, and star-studded matchups. That's NLL.com/tickets. Lots of happy fans here tonight at SaskTel Center Co-op Field. And again, if I'm watching this, Cody, I'm probably going to the website, buying some tickets for March 1st when the Buffalo Bandits come to town.
What a matchup there. Buffalo undefeated. Coming into tonight, the Rush in second place was 7-2. Buffalo, last I checked, they're up 13-12 on the San Diego Seals. As you look at the fourth quarter differential for these two teams, here's kind of what you can expect, I guess. The Rush plus 14 in that category, Rochester -9.
But we could see a little bit of a backwards night as it seemingly, as Rochester had a really good first and not so good third quarter. This is where the Rush's legs are going to get tested. They played last night. Rochester hasn't played for a couple weeks, so this is where it's dig deep time to protect this lead if you're a Saskatchewan Rush player. And if I'm a Rochester Knighthawk, gas pedal, run as much as you can in this fourth quarter.
Rush sure winning the face-off battle as well here. 14-12 against Rochester. That's impressive because the Rush face-off specialist ain't wearing gear tonight. Mans back for Church. Backdoor feed intended for Walter. It's over his head.
know that was one thing talking to fans, social media, texting, talking to my friends. They were a little worried about having no Jake Naso tonight, but again, a great job by Hossack and Messenger this evening.
Connor Fields with it. Rochester down by 5. Fields, long shot, soaked by Matt Hossack. Might be block shot number 3 of the night for him. Ends up losing his weapon though. Less than 10 on the shot clock. Early one on Chiliano. Rebounds free game there for McConvey, and he's robbed. Frank Chiliano does it again.
Unbelievable. That's 2 10-bellers by Frank Chiliano. Is again, Hossack still without his stick, so it's a bit of a 5-on-4 here, and it's a scramble town right now for the Rush defense. A rugby scrum, Cody.
Well, battle ensues. There's 9 players down there. Hossack doesn't have a stick. Not sure why he's not going for a change.
That's why, because he was part of that scrum to go and get the ball.
Oh, now Accioni has a stick wrapped around his helmet. He'll just run it up on the logo. He'll shake his head. That one hurts, folks. These weapons don't feel good. Metal or composite. Zach Mance does it on the shot clock. Mans over to Brock Haley. 2 players living in Saskatoon this winter. Haley's shot doesn't make its way on goal. Ball popped up front. Keenan's got a second with it, trying to dump it down into the corner.
2 guys getting to experience -40 the other night.
Toughens you up, that's for sure.
Clearly.
Fields down for Waters. Bit of a wheel here as Lanchbury now gets run over by Adam Jay. Messenger up top to defend Fields. Back for Lanchbury. Pops right up. Jay's out on his hands again. Waters trying to go back, and Adam Jay picked it off, but he stepped in the crease.
I've liked the addition of a bit more physical play to Adam Jay's game, especially this season. You look at him compared this season to last, he's a lot more physical, and it's working well for him.
Connor Fields stepped down. That one got soaked. It ends up in about row 16. I'd say Adam Jay's last month of lacrosse is the best he's ever played in his career.
Oh, certainly. 2 goals in those games as well. Great defensive play. He was a guy that sometimes got exposed last year. You haven't seen that this season.
Smith now out for Fields. Hogg will push Messenger back. Fields now room to shoot. Misses the mark. Lanchbury again. Doesn't on the shot clock. Hard pick set by Knight right in the numbers of Connor McClelland. That doesn't feel good, and it gives the Rush possession.
Yeah, that one's pretty cut and dry right there from Knight. Just getting a little too pushy in what's becoming a physical contest here, Cody.
Austin Shanks will slow it down. Leads the team with 6 points tonight. 3-3 for 33. Keenan down for Mance. 10 on the shot clock. Mance finds Church. Church now, he'll drive inside. Trying to go 5-hole. Kick save with the left pad by Rylan Hartley. Jensen wanted to run with it. Now he'll leave it for McConvey. Lefty. Born in 2000. Yes, that means turning 25. I know we're all old here. Knight, backdoor feed, had Waters there. He was looking for his 7th of the year. Couldn't come down with the pass though. Ball up for Matt Hossack. Zach Mans comes to relieve the pressure. Mans sitting on 98 career goals in the National Lacrosse League. Picked up from Toronto back in July of 2023. Brock Haley will spin back. Triolo tries to set the pick. Finds Keenan. Ryan Keenan now trying to pass that one behind the net for Zach Mans. Ball got knocked down. Good defense there again by Chad Tutton.
As you mentioned, the Mans trade also came over Adam Jay in the first-round pick that became Levi Anderson. Not a bad little swap for Saskatchewan.
Connor Fields pushed back by Bobby Kidd III. Flips it. Call coming though. As Saskatchewan is going to another power play. It'll be their 3rd of the game. Looks like Smith is going off as words continue. Boudreau and Fields. And I don't think it's a friendly Valentine's Day weekend conversation they're having.
Certainly not. Dan Coates, the captain, wanted an explanation as well. Again, Ryan Smith, one of the best shooters around, but also likes getting into the dirty areas, use that big frame of his to create space. We've seen both sides walk the line this entire game, especially this fourth quarter, and maybe just cross the line a little bit there is Smith. So Saskatchewan back to the power play, coming into this game 11th in the league.
Austin Shanks leads the team with 6 power play goals this season. Had 4 against Rochester in their opening meeting. He's got 3 tonight. Shanks with it. Keenan's up top. 3 lefties on the power play. Robert Church taking a face mask. Austin Shanks. Oh my. Automatic Austin is here. Back-to-back 4-goal games against Rochester.
Back-to-back 4-goal games. Back-to-back 7-point nights. 24 hours, 14 points. Is that any good, Cody? I'd like to say it probably is. Just again, another seeing eye shot here from Shanks. Good ball movement on the power play. Coates comes out to play him, but he just snipes that far corner like he's been doing the past couple days. Did it a bunch in Calgary last night. He's done it 4 times here tonight. It's up to 18 on the season. And like I said, 14 points in 24 hours, Cody. And avoids the broadcaster curse, because normally guys we ISO in the opening, it's not their best game. So I'm glad to see Shanks is overcoming that curse.
Second power play goal of the game for Saskatchewan. Both of them out of the stick of Austin Shanks. Mans in the corner, 15 on the shot clock. Zach Mans now step down, swim move, lost the ball. Remember, 6-goal game, not over. When these two teams met back at Blue Cross Arena, the Rush were up 13-7. And the Rush probably would have been playing overtime lacrosse if it's not for a post that was hit by Ryan Smith with about 20 seconds left. These two teams will not quit, I promise you that.
Well, you've got Fields and Smith, who have almost combined for 50 goals just between them two, not on top of all the other offensive options they have.
2 Knighthawks are holding their helmets right now. Lanchbury's got it. It'll be 6-on-5. Waters rips one at Barnable. Well, the shot clock was expiring, but Barnable's going to soak that one for Chiliano. And we'll see if the Rush are playing 5-on-4 or 5-on-3 when we come back. But Saskatchewan leading by 6 inside SaskTel Center.
Welcome back to SaskTel Center. Well, the Saskatchewan Rush have got 6 up on the Rochester Knighthawks. And if you take a look at forward Ryan Smith, if you met him in person, you'd be surprised that he's the same person that plays out here on the box lacrosse field, because he is such a kind guy. But he told me that, yes, when I play lacrosse, a switch is flipped. I like to get out there, get in the middle, and get hit by a big guy right away, and that helps me get in the game. And now as we head into the 4th quarter, which we know is so important here for them to make this comeback, perhaps getting a little aggressive there, trying to get back into that mentality. Cody?
Thanks, Heather. Yes, we're watching Ryan Smith get some glue or stitches or something as he's leaking.
That's not tomato juice.
No, the man did not stay in Canada for Clamato Caesar. That is the bloody stuff that they removed. Right before we went to break, 2 calls, one of them on Ryan Barnable, 2 minutes for a cross check, and right now we're under review for exactly why you're seeing Ryan Smith leaking from the face. That being a major penalty called on Keegan Bell for getting the stick up into the chin. Pardon me, Bell got the stick up into the chin there of McCovney. It was Smith that took the high one from Barnable, as Todd LeBranch will give us the breakdown.
77 is a minor penalty. Will be 5-on-3 with Rochester ball.
That's one there. If they reviewed Barnable's hit on Smith, I think Barnable stays at a 5. Because Barnable's the guy that cut Smith open. It was McCovney that also got hit high by Keegan Bell, but that one was a glancing blow. The contact started in the shoulders, went up, knocked his helmet off. Still not the kind of stuff you want to see, but not worthy of a major. And I think that's what's being explained to Rochester captain Dan Coates right now. Coates is probably saying, I got a guy whose chin just got split open, and we're only coming up with 2 minors.
And the difference with lacrosse and hockey, right? I think a lot of fans at home are saying, hey, there's blood. Can it be a double minor? Not automatic in this sport.
Certainly.
Wayne Gretzky says it's tougher. I'm not going to argue with 99.
But either way, you mentioned it, Cody. The Rush had a 6-goal lead in Rochester at Blue Cross Arena. That evaporated in a hurry, and now Rochester's got a full 2-minute 5-on-3.
And remember, 2 of those goals in the fourth quarter comeback off the stick of Ryan Smith, the guy who's got a Band-Aid on his chin right now. That guy can ball out. He was inches away from tying it at 13 apiece, and then it was Matt Hossack who iced the game with an empty netter back in December. It's a rematch here, Saskatchewan-Rochester. It's tough to beat a team twice in this league. This is one of the crazier things that happens, is you only see a handful of teams twice in a season. Jake Boudreau, good active stick there, knocked down to Connor Fields' pass. It is a 5-on-3. You'll see teams run a 4-on-3 though instead, as Frank Scigliano makes the save on McConvey. That way they keep a guy up high in case a ball misses the net and bounces back. Just like this, then you don't risk the over and back.
Well, I like having Matt Gilray there because he's the kind of guy that can jump in if he needs to as well.
Smith now, little twister, goes off the ref and almost in, rebound, scores. Oh, a fortuitous bounce off the ref into the stick and in the back of the net.
And the Rush fans are not going to like this, but that is not a reason to blow the play dead. In the NLL rulebook, the ref is considered part of the playing surface.
But an interesting angle, the net was off. And now again, there still is an imaginary net. Was that ball across between where the post should be?
That's what we're going to take a look at here. We got a great overhead look in here, but again, you can't, Rush fans, you can't be feeling bad. That is exactly the play as called. According to the rule book, the officials are almost like, consider them standing green pieces of turf. So we're going to get a look here. Smith's shot bounces off the official. We've talked a few times about the lively boards here at SaskTel Center. Now, Cody, to your point, you're absolutely right on this.
But you'll need conclusive evidence, and you ain't getting that with Frank Scigliano laying on where the post should be, which is a magnet that holds the net down.
Certainly, and again, people that are maybe flipping over from watching hockey, watching lacrosse, unlike hockey, when that net's off, it's no goal. In lacrosse, again, according to the rule book, you have what's called the virtual net. The officials can go ahead and say, yeah, that's where the net was when it was off. That would have been a goal if the net was on, and they can count it. So that's a great job by our officiating crew. Not going to make fans in green very happy, but that's bang on by the crew.
Well, if the comeback is on, it's now down to 5 for Rochester. They still on a power play as well for the next 65 seconds. Lanchbury up top, finds Ryan Smith. Back up top, Lanchbury step down, stopped by Scigliano, rebound for Fields. Wide open net, stopped by Garland. Holden Garland, that might be the save of the game. Back for Connor Fields, power play continues. Pass behind the net, ends up on the ground. Garland can't strip it. Fields on that righty shooter spot. Pass again, knocked down by Jake Boudreau. And Boudreau's going to have a break. Jake Boudreau chased by Jensen. Penalty coming as Rochester has 6 on the floor.
Fun fact, Cody, as we learned in the old Frank Scigliano's not here game, Garland played goaltender until he was in bantam. You saw it there. He even squared up. He had one hand on the stick. He was ready to play some goal with Frank out of there. What a save there by Garland.
Oh, cue that replay up for SportsCenter tonight. Brock Haley over for Keenan, 6-on-5. Keenan's shot got blocked, and we'll play 4-on-4 for the next 5 seconds. We need a replay of this. Come on.
Our boy Jackson's got us for us right here. We're going to get a second look. Scigliano comes out and gets aggressive, gets a little off balance, makes a save. Fields out of nowhere. Look at that. Just like he's played in the driveway. Unbelievable. Holden Garland gets it up. And now we're going to see a penalty shot in the bar.
It's a penalty shot in a sense of fourth quarter would have been a breakaway, and comes out there on the power play, right? Left the bench early. And it's also lacrosse. You don't have to have Jake Boudreau take that penalty shot. You can choose anyone. So number 17 in green. Ever hear of him? Robert Church. He'll be the one taking the penalty shot.
The Saskatchewan franchise leader in points is going to get a chance to go one-on-one, mano a mano against Ryan Hartley.
Church, the righty, jogs it in, going left to right. Couple of pump fakes and scores. Robert Church has his third of the game, and Saskatchewan brings the lead back to half a dozen.
As they've been so effective in doing against the extra athletic Hartley, go over the shoulder, fake low, go back over the shoulder. You can tell that's what Bobby Ballgame was looking at doing. One last check, the ball's there, fakes low, jumps up, goes up high. Hartley just stands there, knows, yeah, I got beat. There's no wanting that one back. Great play by Robert Church, and another member of the Saskatchewan Rush with a hat trick tonight. They are way above their 12.5 goals per game average. That is now the third hat trick by Rush players tonight, Cody.
Shanks, Church, and Walter filling the net here in the second half of a back-to-back. In case you missed it, Saskatchewan was in Calgary last night, and then they bust home. Mike Messenger, face-off win, spin and score! The Rush might own SportsCenter Top 10 tonight. Mike Messenger, a man on a mission.
You can make the SC Top 10, 10 goals, 10 plays from this single game. Messenger off the draw, sees a loose ball, jumps for it, goes horizontal, sheds one defender, sheds another defender, Dwight Schrute spinorama, and goes down low.
And I don't think we see any of this if Holden Garland doesn't make that ridiculous save a minute ago. How crazy a lacrosse game can turn. It should have been a 4-goal game. Instead, the Rush gets some momentum, continue to pour it on, and they're up by a touchdown.
I can't believe the amount of jam this Rush team still has. If you watched the game in Calgary last night, that was a physical rivalry game. They were running up and down the floor, and they're coming out and doing it again here against a very good Rochester squad.
Connor Fields now. Far side, lefty forward, room to shoot, stopped by Chiliano with the left arm. Remember, the Rush played in the Dome last night, took a 7-hour bus ride overnight to get back to Sask. Smith, little back pedal, he's stopped by Chiliano.
You were on the bus. How was the comfort? Did the guys at least have some room, you know? Were you stuck in the back, Cody, where nobody wants to sit?
No, I'm front of the bus. You know, face forward, do your job. Don't get invited to the card games. Offense back on the floor for Saskatchewan. Clark Walter looking for his 4th of the game. Swim move, dish it off. Keenan takes it. Hartley makes a stop. And now in front of the net, Keenan getting into it with Biles.
And Keenan still having words there as Taylor Jensen out of New Westminster was down on the ground. Taking exception to that was Biles, gets into it with the captain. Getting a nice second look there as it looks like Jensen went for the play and Biles an extra little shot to the Rush captain. A little frustration when you're down by a converted touchdown. That's natural. Keenan says his piece and steps away. Great job to not take the retaliation penalty. And good job by our officiating crew here. You know what's going to happen. This has been a physical game. One team's pulled away. Another team might be out for some vengeance. So take one guy that's going to cool the temperature down.
Righty strong look. Brock Haley, the quarterback, this power play. Haley gets it, trying to go low to high. Actually had some room over there. We had a perfect angle in the broadcast booth, but the shot was a little off.
We talked about it earlier, how Haley sometimes that guy is going to be just a little off, then bang, it's going to start dropping for him. But great low to high shot, didn't miss by much.
One of 5 rookies on this Saskatchewan Rush roster this year.
7 wins with 5 rookies.
Lanchbury up top. Fields unloads. Another kick saved by Chiliano. Remember, playing in this net in the second quarter, he made 16 saves. He only has 10 on the other side of the floor.
The new dad's been very busy, as I'm sure he is at home as well. I can tell you, man, that first week you don't sleep. I don't know how you could go from that to playing 2 lacrosse games at a very high level. So kudos to Frank and his family for stepping up. And
Robert Church has another. It's another power play marker, and the Rush have 17.
Can I say it, Cody? Robert Church goes betwixt the pantaloons, and he's going to put this up to a 17th goal. The Rush came into this one averaging 12.5. Just good power play look here. Robert Church. Keenan, a bit of a no-look dish. He's just a great assist machine. Barely looks at Church. No, he's got him there. Bouncers will go. That one between the legs of Rylan Hartley, and I think Hartley is getting the proverbial mercy pull as he's been outstanding. I get it. You see 17 on the scoreboard. It's hard to sit here and say, yeah, the goaltender was great, but Hartley has played very well tonight, Cody. Get him out of there. Get Hunchcraft back in. He's already seen some action this game.
He's made some really good saves, but end of the day, you can't win games when your goaltender's just above 500 in the save percentage column. Sisselberger, face-off win. Rookie on rookie as Accioni runs him into the wallpaper. Smith up top for Lanchbury. Lanchbury trying to go 5-hole. It was Strickland behind Chiliano. He falls on it though, makes a save. Make sure it doesn't cross the goal line. That's the most important part. 4:24 left to go here in regulation. 17-9. Saskatchewan is running Rochester out of the building, and Mike Messenger, a man on a mission tonight.
Time now for the assist of the game, brought to you by Eero. Once again, I think this is our second game in a row. It comes from the stick of the captain, Ryan Keenan, as he finds Robert Church on the other side. Look at that pass. There's 4 Rochester defenders all in the area, all in the passing lane. The captain, Keenan, still finds big game Bobby, and that's our assist of the game, brought to you by Eero. The second week in a row, or second game in a row, we've given it to the captain. 5
assists tonight, 9 in his last 2 games. Ryan Keenan has found another gear. After the first 4 games of the season, he only got 5 total points.
Unbelievable. And happy for him because, again, he was doing the right things. He was in the right spots. Just nothing was dropping for him.
Connor Fields on the restraining line. Fields will run it in, kicks it back up top. McConvey takes the shot. Chiliano got a piece of it, ends up in the corner. Right back out front. McConvey trying to go dancing through the air. Chiliano holds his ground. Fields pushed off the ball by Messenger, who then goes and scoops up the loose ball. Little BTB pass to Hosick. It's a little globetrotter fun. Up by 8, you can kind of do what you want.
Yeah, you've earned yourself that right with really just a complete game here. You mentioned it, Cody. They weathered the storm in that second quarter thanks to Chiliano, but outside of that, this Rush offense has been dialed.
Triolo over to Walter. Walter trying to go 5-hole. Hutchcraft says no.
Walter looking for goal number 4 of the night, him with a hat trick. Almost a natural hattie, if not for a great breakaway chance there, by a great breakaway goal by Keegan Bell.
Hutchcraft stopped 3 of 4 so far this evening. Bobby Kidd III chasing down Graydon Hawk. Waters. It's Lanchbury across to Fields. Fields now pump fake, stopped by Chiliano, rebounds in the air, and he grabs that as well. Keegan Bell behind the seats having a conversation with Hawk. Bobby Kidd III runs it in, pushes back the defense. That opens up space for the offense to get settled. 15 on the shot clock, 2:30 to go in regulation. Zach Mann's far side look. Hunchcraft makes a save.
Nice save there, sliding across by Hunchcraft.
3rd round pick by Toronto back in 2017. Knighthawks, 9 goals on the board. A little quiet on the bench there right now as they're in shock in Saskatchewan, and it's not just the -40 weather. Missed pass is going to be grabbed by Matt Accioni, and Accioni's on a break. Matt Accioni running it in back for Walter. Accioni sets the pick. Walter spins and doesn't take it. Oh, the bench was screaming at Accioni, saying, take the shot. The rookie doesn't have a goal yet under his name and opts out. Not a selfish player. Keenan on the inside. Pass will roll past him. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Shanks has it. Shanks now inside. Walter was driving. Couldn't get there. Good defense by Rylan Reese. Adam J now trying to step into Medeiros. He'll go on the run. Frank Chiliano takes that one up in the collarbone. Grabs onto it though.
His rebound control tonight's been exceptional. That's one of the ways to sometimes get at Chiliano is his rebound control. And he's even at a point, and again, I'm hoping they gave him an assist for the 1 kick out.
Well, we've got an update here from Bandit Land. The San Diego Seals have knocked off the Buffalo Bandits 14-13. Westberg with the overtime winner, and there's no longer any undefeated teams in the National Lacrosse League.
Wow.
That makes things interesting, right? Because the Rush, with the win here, imagine if they hold on to this 8-goal lead with 50 seconds left.
Let's pretend, okay.
Would get their 8th win of the season and be the first team in the National Lacrosse League to that tally.
Which would put them, in the time being, first place in the NLL.
Connor Fields down low for Ryan Smith. Picked off by Jake Boudreau. Boudreau is going to throw it across the floor for Mike Messenger. Rushed and kill, all but 2 seconds left to go in the quarter. Messenger had himself a game here. It's been his best 2 games of the season by far. And when you need your veterans to step up, they did so. No Jake Naso. Messenger has to step in. No Jared Smith. Hossack has to step up. No Isaac Enju. Matt Accione's playing his best lacrosse. And as the clock strikes midnight, 17-19 is your final score. The Saskatchewan Rush are the first team in the NLL to 8 wins this season.
What a performance by the Rush. They looked a little off in the second quarter, but it was Frank Chiliano, that man there, stepping up, 16 saves. They did give him the assist on the Matt Hossack goal. Love to see that. 16 saves in the quarter, 1 point as well, 37 on the night. A great job. This is a dangerous K-Hawks team, and they kept them in check.
Who's the guy for Saskatchewan? Who's the reason they won tonight if you had to circle one?
Austin Shanks. I'm going to go with the easy one. I'm going to go with the easy one there. He buried on most of his opportunities. He had 5 shots on goal. 4 of them went in the back of the net. Like you said, you want the veteran guys. Maybe Matt Hossack as well would be another one I would put in contention. Another big physical game, had a goal. Great game by Hossack.
Shanks was fantastic. Frank Chiliano, come on, back-to-back wins, 39 saves. Frank the Tank is back. The Rush are 8-2. Final score tonight, 17-9. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison, and a broadcast produced by Jackson Farrow, directed by Karen Lawns. It's been an NLL production in association with Dome Productions. Coordinating producer for the NLL, Scott Zolotoro. Manager of broadcast, Mike Pettit. Senior Vice President, NLL Broadcast, Ed Nurse. And executive producer, Joel Bell. The Rush are 8-2, and Saskatchewan is buzzing. Rush Nation, enjoy your long weekends.